video, I'm going to show you how to make a sample slider, change the dimensions, add images, and so on. You know those sliders on the home page that slide, like if this was a page, this would be a static banner page, but if you wanted a slider with arrows on the right and left, I'm going to show you how to build that. I'm going to go ahead first by going into WordPress and going to the pages and creating a sample home page so I don't override this page right here. So let's do that right now, and let's go to Page Builder. Click on this. It's going to load up the Page Builder, and it's going to ask me, do I want blank or any of these other modules? Let's get one module with a slider on it so we could play around with that. So I know the one that's called Associates has that on it, so let's go to that one right here. And you can make your own from scratch, but this will just load up the slider data to make it easy for me to explain for how to make a slider and stuff. So let this load up, and let's make the slider. All right, so it loaded this up, and as you can see, it's boxed and not full width. And let's go ahead and play with this content slider. Remember, this is from the content, so you could always drag a slider into this. You could use this as templates, or you could go to tools and and you could go into here and you could drag over this content slider and you could build this from scratch as well, but this is already built for you. So if you click on this, you'll see that the height is 400. That's from here to here. You could change that depending on your picture, so it really depends on the type of picture you have, how big it is, how much you want to scale it and stuff. And if you're a Photoshop geek, you could always go online and figure out how far down do I want to show this picture based on my dimensions. So it's really up to you how you want to do that. Max content, for box theme like this, I like it as 1,200, 1,100. That's what I typically would suggest for something like this. If you want a little bit bigger, you could go to 2,000, full screen. Screens are getting bigger and bigger as we go. People are even watching stuff on 50-inch screens and stuff, but typically you don't want it more than 2,000, really. And these sliders are supposed to make it dummy proof, so they're supposed to shrink it for you so you can make it really nice. Here are your slides. If you go to the slides area, and you could edit the slide right here, and you could add your own photos here. Again, the width should be around, for this, 1,200-ish, and the height should be under 500, maybe 480, something like that. So you could do that. So let's just grab another image from our sample image area, and as you can see, this one's 1,000 and 4,000, so it fits the parameters around what we need. And I'm going to go ahead and save that, and it's going to load that into there. So as you can see, it just loaded that right into there. And you could do the same for this other one. You could also get rid of this stuff on the side by just removing all this stuff here, or re-editing that stuff on the side there and changing all the style, positioning, and stuff like that on here. So what I would do then is, if I wanted to get rid of the text on one of these, is just in general, under content layout, just go to none. If you just wanted to show just the image itself, you would just do that and just put none and let that load up, and that will just have nothing on here, just like that. So it'd just be like a nice slider right there. So that's how that works. You could always change the height by going here and change it to 500. Let's just say you have a bigger picture to show, and or you want to show more of the bottom part of your picture, you would just do that, just like that. So you notice how when I changed it from 4 to 5, it shrunk it when it's 4, but let's just say I wanted more of the picture just because of my picture. Maybe the focal point is not showing and it's kind of getting chopped off. Well, you could do that. You could also make it autoplay or not. You could make it pause or not, have a stop and pause. So if I could do this, it's going to add a little pause and stop feature and puts it right there. So you notice right here this little pause and stop, and then it puts like how many slides right there. I could make it delay 2 seconds or 1 second or 20 seconds for that matter. Transition slide, or you can make it fade. Those are the two options we have, transition speed, and you could have arrows. Unfortunately, right now we don't have any where to change these arrows, except we would have to go into the code and change that for you. If you wanted to change the styling of the arrows, we would have to custom code that for you. And then you could show dots or not dots. So these are the dots on the bottom. If you didn't want to show that, you press no. So that's pretty much it. That's how to edit the slider. Let me know if you have any other questions on this.